Cardi has made it very clear that she doesn't need any press, but honey, everybody is talking about her Met Gala look and her forgetting the designer's name. Let's get into it. And just so you know what's going to happen in this video, we're going to break the dress down from a fit perspective and then talk about the Freudian slip forgetting the designer. In terms of people who have been slaying the Met Gala, Cardi is definitely one of them. With that, a lot of people didn't love this year's dress and they thought it was off theme. As a fit expert, I had to do some head to toe evaluations, and with that, here are my thoughts on what possibly went wrong. Per the designer of the dress, Sen Lee from Window Sen, the dress took a whopping 3,000 meters of organza to make. I'm not sure where you guys are, but I'm in the US of A, and over here we're going to use feet and inches, so that is a whopping 9,842 feet of fabric. At first glance, I thought the dress was tulle, but organza has pretty similar properties in the sense that it is lightweight and sheer. As a visual reference, take note of this white metallic organza because I'm going to tie it all in. In its single layer state, the fabric is super sheer, but if you're shearing it down, i.e. condensing the fabric, that changes the opacity, and with that, that changes the appearance. That combined with the black color is where I think this didn't translate for certain people. FYI, this is my dog. This particular dress had a massive amount of shirring. Shirring is just a technique that you use to gather fabric, and it creates sort of a ruffle effect. So just think about it like this. You have a piece of fabric that's out to here, and you're gathering it in, condensing the fabric. When we speak about shirring, it's given in ratio form. The higher the ratio giving, the more dense that the shirring will be. For example, 1.5 to 1 means that you're taking 1.5 inches of fabric, sharing it down to 1 inch. 2 to 1, 2 inches of fabric shared down to 1 inch. 5 to 1 is 5 inches of fabric shared into 1 inch, and with that, you can see it becomes a lot more dense. If we flash back to this picture, it shows a little bit more clear with the solid fabric, but here is 1.5 to 1 versus 3 to 1 down below. 1.5 to 1 is more flat versus 3 to 1 that has more volume. Flashing back to Cardi's dress, do you know what the sharing ratio on this has to be to get to over 9,000 feet of fabric? The volume is insane, and with that, the opacity changes. When I first watched the red carpet footage of the dress, I myself wasn't wowed by it because I couldn't see the details. My eye is trained to notice these things, and with that, I thought it was a pretty dress, but I didn't understand the greatness behind it. Then Cardi B posted a behind the scenes of the dress in green because that was the alternate color option, and you could see things completely clearly. If we look at the fit of the green dress, you can see that it's actually made really well and it fits her body to perfection. Pay attention to the details because I'm going to do a side by side with the black version. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments, but seeing them side by side makes a big difference. In my opinion, you can never go wrong with a black dress that is dramatic with beautiful fabric. But in this instance, the details show much better on the green version because you can actually see them. The green version, you can clearly see the neckline, you can see the shape of the bodice, you can see how it accentuates her waist, you can see all the ruffle headers, everything. This picture shows them as the dress is still a work in progress. They have some of the back cut open, but if I was looking at the fit on this version, I would have gave this a 9 or a 10. Another big detail on why this dress's perception didn't land too well is because this is being fit on a podium. On the red carpet, the dress is fanned out and you see this massive sweep, but again, due to the volumes of fabric, it's hard to make out the details. With her elevated and on the podium, it makes all the difference. You can see the details better. After that breakdown, I'm feeling like Angela Lansbury herself, but let me know, seeing them side by side, does it change your perception of the dress, and does it change how you felt about it after you saw it on the red? Sound off in the comments. Now let's get to Cardi forgetting the designer's name. This is a snippet from one of 10,000 articles, and essentially it says that Sen Lee of Window Sen spent over 2 months making Cardi's dress. As you guys know, the designers pay for these dresses, so they put money into this as well. And it goes on to say that many people felt she disrespected the designer because she referred to him as an Asian designer. Her exact words were, "They're Asian and everything." If y'all follow my page, you already know two things can be true at the same time. Forgetting the designer's name is a huge faux pas. Yes, it's a big deal, and it's not unheard of. Was it bad? Absolutely. Was the designer probably massively disappointed for that one moment? I'm sure. But the second truth, in my opinion, is people are just using this as another means to drag this girl. My immediate reaction when watching it was there are 7 men carrying this dress, but where's her team? Somebody should have been in this lady's ear. That, combined with the massive amount of hate from deranged fans, I could see how somebody would be anxious. I'll add the video clip, but honestly, it looked like she literally drew a blank in that moment.
Cardi B's been making headlines for failing to remember the name of the designer who created her 2024 Met Gala dress, but she's clearing the air. The rapper took to Instagram after she noticed fans fake gagging on Twitter after she told Vogue that her amazing dress designer was Asian and everything.
When I was getting interviewed, I kind of forgot to pronounce the designer's name because his name is a little bit complicated. So I was like, damn, how to pronounce his name? Like my mind was just racing.
She explained that she felt very scared while walking up the Met steps and was being rushed, therefore she wasn't in the clearest of headspaces.
Again, a huge mess up, but I honestly think her saying he was an Asian designer was her way of trying to give that man credit and also highlighting he was a designer of Asian descent. Now, I don't know if it landed that way, but I think that was the actual intent behind it that people are taking and running with. I'll also add some of the comments that I saw left about her due to this latest faux pas, but honestly, people would have left some of those nasty comments anyways because that's just the state of where we're at today as a society. This is an excerpt from WWD, and yes, in the paragraph before this, they do say Windows 10, they say the designer's name, but they also refer to him as a Chinese label. For those unfamiliar, WWD is the premier fashion publication for professionals. They also highlight that his brand is a Chinese label. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thoughts on everything, child. Should she have opted for the green dress? Does the black make more sense now that you've seen the green version? And what do you think about the outrage surrounding her comments? Like, follow, share for more. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to follow my YouTube. $1 Billion Fit. Bye.